Hey everyone, Chloe here, and welcome back to our feminine community and welcome back to our Hypergamous platform. And if you are a new subscriber to our soft power community, then hello and hi and welcome. So in today's cheat code video, I wanted to create a social climbing lesson on why bottom shelf men of any race will always try to lower your stock and why you cannot go hypergamous fishing in a broke pond. Now, a fair warning, a lot of you will be offended by the content in this video, and you can go argue with your bundles if you aren't ready to make a change in your life. Plus, I have so many solution-oriented videos on how to lose the weight on this channel that you can watch. But this is a very necessary level up lesson that is worthy of repeating and that many women need to deeply embrace in order to attract the better men and the provider men that they say they want in their lives. So if sharing the following make it plain clips makes me the villain or the boogeyman, then so be it.
Non-Hispanic Black women are the highest rate of obesity, 56.9%, compared to 39.8% white, 17.2% Asian, 43.7% Hispanic. Black women top the charts at 56.9%. They are the only group that is statistically different from other race groups and significantly different from men in the same group. What that means basically is that other groups have differences, but it's not that big of a damn difference. It's not that big of a difference. The Asian men and women are about similar. The Hispanic men and women are about similar. The white men and women are about similar, but the Black women are a lot different than the Black men. Black men are second least obese. Black men sit at 41.1% obese. That is less than white men. That is less than Hispanic men. It is higher than Asian men. You don't find a big Asian.
Man keep telling you, nah, babe, you look fine just like that. Nigga lying. Go get your fat ass in the gym. He just don't want nobody talking to you. You letting that nigga manipulate you. You're big. Go get your big ass in the gym. When he first met you, was you that big? No. He wouldn't probably even talk to you if you look like what you look like right now. Exactly. Stop letting that nigga trick you. Go get right. Study up. Don't crash out, stink. Nigga tricking your big ass.
Now, if you've ever dated or been with a man who encourages you to be fat and out of shape, this is never openly talked about much, but that is rooted in several whys. One, he's either broke or bottom shelf, and he knows that being with a fat girl is the best that he can do, because if he could afford a fit and in shape woman, ladies, he would put himself first and he would do it in a heartbeat. As a woman is often a reflection of a man's level of success, and do not argue with me because I do not write the rules. Ask any married woman this and she will tell you that both men and women are always sizing her up when it comes to having a husband. Number two, he's insecure. Overall, a man's worst nightmare is being perceived as weak. But in general, ladies, and write this down, men have three main insecurities: their height, their wallet, and their package size. And if they're lacking in any or all three of these areas, they will typically pursue women who are considered low-hanging fruit. And that is often where the big girl comes in. Number three, he's non-competitive in the marketplace. Non-competitive men are typically low-wage earners, couch potatoes, excuse makers, basement dwellers, couch surfers, video game zombies, or are directionless losers who aren't interested in social climbing or getting it out of the mud or being marriage material, nor are they interested in leadership. These bottom shelf men are abundant in the dating and marriage marketplace pond, and they will literally offer you 50-50 or worse from jump when meeting them, and they will chase boss chicks and masculinas, both big and small, around who don't mind being the breadwinners in their relationships. And lastly, number four, fat blindness. And fat blindness is essentially when you've gotten so big that you're not even aware of just how big you've gotten. But all of a sudden, you're avoiding full-length mirrors and you're avoiding taking full-body photos, or you're allowing yourself to be invisible to make others feel comfortable. And fat blindness is often encouraged and supported by our so-called loved ones and to keep us in a state of sabotage. It is also a great way for a scrub to get the most out of you with the least amount of effort, because if you aren't taking care of yourself, then why should he? Now, overall, of course, lose the weight for you and your health, and not only for your self-love, but to attract the better quality men that you say you want. Because no matter how many men ain't ish videos you watch, nothing changes until something changes. And that is exactly why Lizzo finally is doing her big one for herself. And no matter how much you may want to push back on this conversation or this topic, you cannot go provider fishing in a broke pond, because you will not find a lot of hypergamous success no matter what any dating coach tries to tell you, unless you put in the work to be above average. That is how this game works. Ladies, a man knows what he can afford and what his real options are when in the dating and marriage marketplace. So do not be fooled with him being okay with your obesity. Overall, with a scrub, his job is to keep you as undesirable and as uncompetitive as possible, so that he doesn't have to compete with the male gaze of other men, or so that you don't leave him for a better option. That is how men secretly think. So do not be caught up in the Jedi mind trick of playfully calling yourself thick, or about bragging about not needing makeup or hair extensions, which are feminine fun things that women love to play with, because hair and makeup are our adult toys as women. Now, there is such a thing as too much Duncan Hines, and tragic wigs are a thing, but if a man has the time on his hands to nitpick at your makeup and your weave, or the things that help you to feel pretty and beautiful, that is usually because he cannot afford the investment of your upkeep. So instead, he is putting in the brainwashing work to keep you small, and that is also because he doesn't have bigger business fish to fry. And I can already hear your whataboutism, because a lot of you rather jump through a circus ring on fire than to lose the weight, and a lot of you are willing to go out of your way to Google search high, end, and low for a needle in the haystack exception to the rule when it comes to men, money, and their love of bigger women. But please always remember that exceptions do not make the rule, and that possibility does not equal probability. And 9 times out of 10, if a wealthy or financially secure man is with a heavier, out of shape woman, trust and believe he's either coming with a serious deficit, like being weak or old or mentally ill, or he married that woman way before he got to the bag, as they more than likely built their financial lives together, which will include 50-50. But should he ever decide to fully put himself first, it will be game over, but at least a bigger married woman can collect alimony. So that is all that I have to say on this for now. Ladies, do the work, not only for yourself, but also because gone are the days where we as women get to be ignorant about what we need to do to elevate and improve our lives. So be the change that you want to see. But to get this conversation started, have you ever had a man tell you to your face that he prefers big women? And are men conniving when telling a woman what she wants to hear? And if you were successful at dropping the weight, did your options increase, and did you become more visible? Let us know in the comments. And as always, please stay tuned for more cheat code videos to come, and I will catch up with you ladies and lurkers and ear hustlers in the next one.
Phases of weight loss, let's talk about it. Context, I lost 88 pounds or 40 kilos. The first phase is fat blindness. People, I did not realize how I looked. I did not. My doctor literally had to tell me, oh, you have PCOS and you're morbidly obese, and you have to change something about it. The second phase is cardio. I went crazy. I went running every few days. I didn't really care about nutrition that much, but I went running like crazy. And then I realized I'm not seeing any progress. Why am I not seeing anything? Obviously because I didn't care about my nutrition. And then I started eating cleaner. After I did that, I lost most of the weight. Like, the weight drop was crazy suddenly. And then I realized I didn't have any kind of muscle, so I started weight training, but I didn't see any progress. At that point, I didn't know what macros were. I didn't even know how to hit my protein goal. And then when I started looking into it and did everything for it, I started seeing results. I gained a lot of muscle. Afterwards, it started getting more fun. I understood how everything works. So I wanted to do recomping, so losing fat while gaining muscle. And that's where I'm at now.
20s, listen to me. Right now is the time to put everything you've got into you. whether it's financially, spiritually, mentally, or physically. This is the time where you prioritize you and you take care of you, because everything that you do right now is going to reflect how your life is going to be in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s. It's not the time right now to be partying and acting like your life doesn't matter. Right now is actually when your life matters the most, because this is the youngest that you're ever going to be. This is when you're going to have the absolute most energy, where you can go after the things that you want to do. This is where dreams are built. This is where legacies are made, because everything that you do now will reflect what will happen in the upcoming years. So don't waste your 20s. Don't waste it with the wrong type of people. Don't waste it partying. Don't waste it ruining your body. Don't waste it doing these things that won't matter 10, 15 years from now.